Hello everybody, this is Stephen House and this is Full Time Devils. The season is over, but that doesn't mean that we're done talking to you guys. And because there's no more United on YouTube for a little bit, we wanted to talk to you guys via the magic of Skype, like we've always done. So, this is your opportunity. Every single Monday, we're going to throw a post out on social media and you guys can come and get involved. That video is going to be out on Tuesday by the time we've finished editing it, and you guys can come and have a say and tell us about anything that you want to tell us about. The weirder, the better.
See me?
Well, I can when you get yourself in the camera. There we go. Here he is. What do you want to talk about, mate?
All right. Not really thought about it. Yeah. Yeah, I will. Right. I'm sorry. I have to go.
I can't get over how there's a lot of United fans still a bit pessimistic, which I find a little bit baffling, to be honest. Because personally, I think we've done really well this year. We've been very difficult to beat. And obviously we've won those 2 trophies and stuff, particularly the Europa League, which is a really tricky competition to win, really. But we've only been like one player, really, away from really challenging for the title. And that's, I mean, Mourinho said it himself. If we'd had like Chicharito or an Andy Cole type player, you know, like a goal scorer that'll score all the goals against all the smaller teams, you know, we could have turned those 15 draws into like 10 more wins, and then we'd have been like a point behind Chelsea.
Who do you think we want?
I want Rajan Angolan.
Really?
Yep. I think he's the complete midfielder. He plays holding, he plays central, he plays attacking, he plays on the right wing. He can play anywhere.
Do you think he'd play in the midfield three with Ander and Pogba?
Yes, I think he will. I think Ander will be a little defensive, Pogba a little offensive, and Angolan in the centre.
Obviously, we're in the Champions League next season. So, firstly, what would you? How far would you expect us to go?
Oh, we're winning it, mate. We're winning it.
I hope. But like, what do you think we need to really challenge with the other top teams in Europe?
Luck. I think luck's a big factor. I don't think we're quite at the level. I don't think anyone's going to disagree of Juventus and Real Madrid. I would even say Monaco, but I think they're going to get picked to pieces.
Yeah, they will.
What do you think about Perisic? Rate him? Fancy him?
I'll be honest, I'm not going to be one of those fans who sits here and says, you know, oh, he's amazing, he's amazing. I haven't watched him too much. I watched him a bit at the Euros with Croatia. He seemed, you know, from my overall sort of feeling, he's very quick, very tricky, very two-footed as well, which I think is good because it makes him even more sort of nimble and unpredictable. But I don't know. He seems good. I've watched a lot of YouTube videos of him. So, but anyway, they can make anyone look good, can't they? So we'll just. I think
he's been quite inconsistent, but Milan have been inconsistent. So I don't know how much of that you can just put down to just him.
Say if Ibra goes next season, so he's not here.
I think he's definitely going.
Yeah. What do you think? Who do you think? What do you think? Rashford's going to play every game, or do you think he'll go for Lukaku or another striker?
I think he's going to use Rashford.
Yeah.
But not as his first choice, and I'm sound with that, in all honesty. I think Rashford's still got a lot to learn for different styles of play. I think someone like a Lukaku-style target man would be brilliant for us. Who do you think is going to get sold? Do you think there's going to be a load of sales this summer?
Well, a lot of people are hating on Fellaini. Like, I really like him personally. He's a good player. He does what Jose wants him to do, and I think I know now and again he does the stupid mistakes which can annoy the fans, but like, he's always there. He tries to like be good with the fans. It's just they're not giving him the support that he needs sometimes. But now and again they do chant his name and everything, which is good to see. But I think Rooney might leave. I think he's pretty much achieved everything in England and in Manchester.
What annoyed you the most about this season?
Probably the attitude of fans, mate. Actually, if I'm being brutally honest, I just think 2 trophies. Champions League football.
We also won Groundsman of the Year. Let's not gloss over that.
No, let's please not. And actually, do you know what? A decent first half of the season, bar finishing chances. I don't know what you expect a manager to do in the second half of the season if you've got trophies that you're playing for and your strikers aren't finishing chances. What do you do? Just allow them to concede a load of goals and still not finish your chances? So, attitude of fans, mate.
What do you want?
Well, also, I wanted to talk about transfers, mate. You always get dead excited about them.
Proceed.
Well, Ivan Perisic, the Inter Milan winger, has been heavily linked with Manchester United in the last few days. Apparently, the big one at Inter Milan, they need to basically break even with the financial fair play, or they'll get either a salary cap or maybe even a roster limit. The squad, the size of their squad. So even Perisic could be the guy that they are willing to let go. Man United bidding around 35 million euros. That's reported by Sky. Inter Milan want 55 to 60, which I don't think will be very. Man United shouldn't go that deep for him.
What do you want to talk about, mate?
I want to talk about that when you guys are doing about your transfer reviews and everything. I'm surprised none of you have ever mentioned trying to get Aubameyang. What do you think about him?
We're only talking about the rumours that are out there, mate, really. So I think it's kind of well known that Paris are in for him. It seems it's one of those deals that is already on the way without any involvement from United. I'm surprised that the press haven't linked us to him because it would be a new name and stop them repeating themselves 55 times. What do you reckon? Do you think he's someone we should be looking at? Do you think he's someone we could get?
I personally think, yes, we should get him. I mean, I think he's 28, so he'd not be given not be a long-term target that wouldn't affect our young strikers like Rashford. So, and we know about him. He gets the goals, guarantees 30 goals a season. So I personally think we should have gone for him. That's why I'm really surprised we haven't been linked for him or we aren't bidding for him. I thought since we're not getting Griezmann, we might get him now.
I think Griezmann's an entirely different style of player. I think he's a different style of player to what I think Jose is going for in that number 9 as well. He's the sort of number 9 that you would use on a real counter-attacking side, and I don't think, even though that we can be good at that in the bigger games, I think Jose is looking for that more of a target man number 9, like he's had in Zlatan, like he's had in Milito, like he's always had in like Drogba and stuff like that. I think that's just how Jose likes to play the game. I think that might be why we've not really been linked to him, but I don't know. Who would you like to see us get if we don't get him?
If it's a target man, I'd like to see us get Morata from Madrid. I like Morata.
I'm not sure where the hype comes from with Morata. I don't think he's obviously not played a lot. He's got a decent return of goals for the games that he has played. For me, he's definitely behind Lukaku in that. If we have to pay more for Lukaku,
would be a great signing, but he's not that great against bigger teams. He's a record against the bigger teams and his away record with Everton. Maybe it's just because he played with Everton.
That's not true, though, because he's got the same amount of goals as Aguero and Kane have got against the top 6 sides, and he's at Everton. I think he's amply good against the top 6 sides. I think that's a weird narrative that's emerged in the press, and I don't know why, because he's got the same amount of goals as Aguero and Kane, and no one's questioning them, are they? What do you want to talk about, lads?
You think Patrice Evra should come back to United if Luke Shaw doesn't work?
Absolutely. No matter what job it is, he can work in a canteen, he can play football, he can be a manager for all I care. Get Paddy Evra back at United, no matter doing what. Loves this game.
Did you see that touch yesterday in the last minute where he controlled it with the other? That was the best, man.
It's Paddy Evra, mate. He can do anything he wants. He's in amazing shape. We haven't got a left-back first choice at the moment, have we? Are you telling me we could do worse than Paddy Evra? No way. Get the guy back. I'll go pick him up right now if we have to.
Oh yeah, what's your opinion on Arsenal Fan TV? Your biggest competition?
How are they competition? We're a United channel.
FullTimeDEVILS is the best, man. It's an Arsenal fan. He's just stupid,
I like you. You can come again. Thanks for calling, mate. See you in a bit. What do you want to talk about, my mate?
About how Griezmann and Rodriguez and how I don't want Bale and stuff, and I don't want Rodriguez.
Go on then, get straight into it.
So basically, Griezmann would have been a good signing, but fair enough, he's not coming anymore. But then everyone's banging on about Rodriguez, but I just think that he hasn't really got it. He won't. He'll do another Di Maria, just repeated again. I think
he's a little bit different than Di Maria. But yeah, I mean, the risk is there. He's someone who's not first choice at Madrid. Why do they always come in and take our best players and we end up with their cast-offs every single time?
That's a good point. Another point I'd like to make is that Luke Shaw might leave, he might not leave. We're not sure about that. But if he leaves, I'd like to see Jose play Dimitri Mitchell. I thought he was amazing against Crystal Palace. How is he in the
He did have a good game. He had a great game, but he's only maybe played 10, 12 games as a left-back in his life, as far as I'm aware. So I think going forward, he looks fantastic. He's Marcelo-ish, isn't he, with the ball at his feet? But there's a lot for him to learn defensively, and I'd be shocked if Mourinho took such a gamble on a first-team player like that. But I agree, I would love to. He's local lad, man. He's from Old Trafford. He's literally from Old Trafford, so I would love to see the guy given an opportunity. Where can people follow you, mate?
At Farman_Bond007 at Twitter.
Awesome. Go and give him a follow. Thanks for calling us, mate. See you later. So go on. What do you want to say?
Man, I'd just like to say that although we lost Antoine Griezmann, it's really disappointing. I do agree with that. I think this gives us opportunity to blood in people from the Premier League 2 or under 21, whatever they call it now, and bring in players like Angel Gomez, and also now that
mate, Angel's not. It's Angel, not Angel as well. Angel's not going to get any games next year, mate.
But even more so, Andreas Pereira. Now that he's coming back.
Maybe Pereira's not a bad shout. I mean, people are doing a lot of talk about all these different players that we could sign. Pereira had a great season with a really poor team last year in La Liga.
And they brought him into the middle, especially at the end of the season, and he produced over. I was reading an article, over a quarter of their goals in the league last year for Grenada, and that is a young player who learned how to track back. And now that Jose can see that, oh man, he's tracking back, that could be a huge game changer. And I really think that Pereira, oh man, that could be something huge. I mean, it sucks that we couldn't get Griezmann in this transfer window, but I think it's a good thing for some of our young players.
I still think Jose's going to buy, because that's what he does, isn't it? But I do hope. Do you know what? If you're driving the Andreas Pereira bandwagon, mate, I think there'll be loads of people want to jump on the back of that with you, and I'd love to see him get some opportunities. Anything else you want to say?
Man, I just say I love you guys' channel. I'm here in Orlando, Florida, the U.S., and I actually will be at a game I live in Orlando, Florida, but I'm actually going to be at a game in September. I'm coming to the UK, so I'm really looking forward to find you guys.
Awesome, mate. We're easy to find. We'll see you in September then, and it'll be raining, so bring a coat.
Oh, I'm ready.
Based on his performance in the testimonial, would you give Scholes another 12-month contract?
I'd give Scholes a 24-month contract. I think you could play him sitting. It's fine. He can do it.
He's not lost a yard, has he? He looked absolutely fine. In fact, I saw him tracking back at one point, which he didn't do for the last 5 years of his career.
You know who has lost a yard from that game? Wayne Rooney. Wayne Rooney was off the pace in a charity match against 40-year-olds.
He was. He did not look like. I mean, there was a couple of players that are still playing, wasn't there? So you got Paddy Every, you got Fletcher. I think there was a couple maybe on the All Stars team that are still playing. But Wayne Rooney looked like he was one of the ones that had come out of retirement, didn't he? And that's not a good indictment on him, I don't think.
He is not where he used to be. Definitely not.
Think he's going to be at Old Trafford come September?
I don't think he will be. No, I like the idea of a Lukaku swap. I don't see it happening, but I love the idea of Lukaku swap.
I love the idea of Lukaku at United regardless, but I think there's a very real chance of Wayne Rooney being moved on, to be honest. I think his wages and what we're getting for them wages in return, it's not really a fair trade at the moment. I don't think it's massively against us. You think we'll get Lukaku?
I think now that we're not getting Griezmann, I think Lukaku's a realistic option. I think it's one of the better ones we have. I don't want us to pay 80 mil for Belotti when we could pay 70, 60 for Lukaku.
Yeah, and we know what he can do in the Premier League.
Exactly. He's a proven Premier League striker. I don't see the reason not to go get him.
JP, where can people follow you?
All right, so you can go find me on JPizzle FIFA. The link will be somewhere, I'm sure. I just do FIFA player reviews, so if you're into that, go check it out.
Nice one. Cheers for calling, mate. We'll speak to you again.
Thanks.
I follow Full-Time Devils. I'm from Serbia, by the way.
Oh, awesome. Oh, what a surprise.
So, yeah.
Why Vidic and not Tosic?
Yeah, but come on. I was always in the back, defending. So looking at this season, it was very, very tough. I was watching, and we're all getting mad when we see Man United not playing well. But it's a process. When you see the other teams in the Premier League, it's crazy. How they are competitive compared to the other leagues, Spanish, where you have 3 or 4 teams and stuff like that. So I'm looking at transfers. I'm thinking about it. I'm hoping that we will bring some serious, strong players that are, like Van Persie behind you. I'm here to be a champion. So I'm hoping for Lukaku.
Who's top of your list for us to bring in?
Lukaku.
Lukaku?
Oh, what, Steve? What's going on, man?
You all right, mate?
What's going on?
What do you want to talk about, pal?
Hey?
What do you want to talk about, mate?
Oh, shit, I was not prepared for this. I thought you would come out with me with questions or something. What? How about...
Right, 3 United players that you have to be stranded on a desert island with. Go.
Paul Pogba.
Okay, why?
For sure. He's like the most fun guy in the world.
Agreed.
Then we'll go Jesse Lingard because he knows how to do a bit of this, and then we'll go with Zlatan, obviously. Zlatan Ibrahimovic, the man, the myth. He's a god. And man, I can't believe I'm talking to Stephen Howson, man. This is just, I've honestly got nothing to say. I thought we'd.
Next time we're online, mate, just give us a call.
And I'll definitely prepare some questions. See you later, man.
See you later.
1 in, 1 out. Well, I would have said Antoine Griezmann, but I don't know why that's happening. So I'd have to go with Mbappe, so if we can steam with Arsenal.
Ooh.
And the 1 out would have to be Phil Jones.
Ooh,
he's just
different.
not got it.
I think you might have a good shot with at least one of those.
Yeah.
Did you watch Testimonial?
Yeah, I did.
Do you think we should
Watched it
sign
on
Clarence
TV.
Seedorf and Paul Scholes and have them as midfield next season?
Yeah, of course I'd have Seedorf. He's just class. Same with Scholesy and Giggs. The rest of them.
Yeah, it was all mega,
Good
wasn't it?
stuff.
Anyway, Josh,
Yeah.
what are you doing for the rest of the day?
Well, I was at the Arena Grande concert last night, so my legs are a bit knackered and then I'm off to play football in a bit. So I'm going to be in net because I can't really play. Been stood up for hours and that.
What do you want to talk about, pal?
I want to talk about the transfer, man, and about Griezmann.
Go for it. Tell me what you want to say.
Yeah, man, since I heard about the transfer of Griezmann not coming back to United, I feel so very sad. Like, currently, I don't know who we are going to get to fill in that boot, because there's no player at that caliber of Antoine Griezmann that is going to sign for us that we can say, since Griezmann is not signing, we got this player is better than Griezmann. I don't see anybody that can fill in that boot.
No, I don't think there is anyone that's better than Griezmann for that particular role that we're getting, but there's other players who can do that job as well. Do you not think someone like a Rodriguez maybe would be a decent shout?
Really, I don't think so, man. I actually don't think there's any difference between Mkhitaryan and Rodriguez.
It's not
that. Yeah, but he doesn't have pace. Like, if for Griezmann he has pace, and I don't just know I can explain, but Rodriguez is not really an upgrade for United compared to Antoine Griezmann.
If we don't get Griezmann then and we get someone else, let's say we get a Lukaku or someone else in that sort of target man role, do you think that's going to help us out for next season?
For Lukaku, I was actually thinking we should get him because he's a striker, but I was still thinking we should get Griezmann and him.
Yeah, I agree. I think both of them together would have been mint. So that's what some United fans had to say today. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Get your comments in below. Let us know. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you next Monday. Look out on social media for when the post is, telling you the time that you can call us up. And I'll see you then.